Hey everyone, it's Glenn with Vegas Backyard Prepper, and today I'm going to show you our quick and dirty method of stringing up your onions for storage. Let's get into it. Okay, so after you've cured your onions, you're going to need to preserve them. And a lot of people braid onions, but historically that hasn't been the way that people did it in the past. They actually would string them. Onions, when they are done with the curing process, the stem and all that is way too brittle. Just falls apart, and you'll have onions just falling and dropping and makes a big mess. The way that they did it back in the old days was by stringing them. Now, what we're actually using our little fireplace poker holder here. Oop, my microphone. To hang it. Some people do it sitting and they'll hang it on a doorknob. For this video, we're going to use our fireplace hanger because we can hang our string right here from it. Now, when you go to hang your onions, what you want to do is you want to cut the stalks off, but you want to leave yourself about a good 2 to 3 inches on the end. And for your base onion, the one that's going to be at the very bottom, before you tie them off, you want to get one that's nice size, has a good sturdy stem, that's going to be able to hold it. You want to cut all the roots off, and then cut the excess stem off. So we take our string, we're going to just tie a little knot at the end, and then at this side, we're just going to kind of make like a little slip knot, like this. So that way it'll tighten up on the onion. And for your first one here, put it through, and it's okay if some of the peel comes off. You want to make sure that your onions are completely dry. These have been curing in the backyard for actually 4 weeks as of yesterday. So I've got that on there, and I want to cinch it down nice and tight. Just like that. So now we're going to hang this. Then we take our next onion. You want to kind of, any little excess dirt or anything, that's why I've got a towel down, kind of contain the mess. Just kind of brush off any excess dirt. You want to try to keep as much of this papery peel as you can. Now what you're going to do, you're going to take this here, you're going to put the stem in like this, and then you're going to kind of curl it back through under the onion, like that, and just let it hang. So we've got one on this string, now we need to do one on this string. Ooh. So we just did this string, so we need to go on this one, kind of curl it around through underneath, and let it come down, just like that. Now, you see how it's going to form kind of like a three-way base. So what we do now is when we put them in, the next onion will fall here, here, and here, and it will just stack its way up. In, around, slide it down, in, around, slide it down. And then what you want to do when you make these strings, you're only going to want to do about enough for how much your family will use in between 1 to 4 weeks. So we use onions a lot, even though a couple of the kids don't like them, but that's okay, they're weird. You want to just use as much as you're going to use it within a month. So on this string, we're going to do 12. In, around, through, and slide it down. So that way then we have enough. Oh, I lost the microphone. Let me just clip it here. Okay, so you can see how it's starting to stack up. So I've got my larger onions here, my medium onions, and I've got a bucket of small onions that I'm going to be stringing up. That way then we have them by size. So if we only need like a small onion just for like, if the wife and I want to have some onions in an omelet, we don't need to cut up a big onion for just the two of us. Or if we're making something for everybody that's going to have onions in it, then we can grab a bigger onion or two. And it's just going to be just like this. So we just continue. Let's see. Let's untwist our string a little bit here. There we go. In, around, and down. And for the string, you can pretty much use any kind of string you got. This is like a coconut cord, or just like a rough twine. Through. And down. In, through. So just like this. And this is our first string. Now, one of the things you can do to kind of keep it nice and tight, I've seen a lot of people do this. Take it and just cinch it down a little bit. Run the string through and put a little knot. That way it keeps them nice and tight. And then you can hang it up. You want to store the onions in like a kind of a cool, dry place. So if you live in a hot climate like us, definitely do not hang them on the back porch, especially since we're getting into the hundreds now. So, pantry, anything like that would be perfect. You don't want to really hang them in the kitchen unless it's the one that you're working off of, because the kitchen can get warm, get humid, you're washing dishes, boiling water, that kind of thing. So the only ones you would really want to keep in the kitchen would be the ones that you're actively working off of. So that's the quick and dirty version of stringing up your onions for storage. And that's going to be it today for Vegas Backyard Prepper.